I would like to tell you about my most profound and enlightening experience as a face painter. So my mentor, when she met me and when I met her, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she lived with breast cancer for about 4 years. We tried all different things. She became like almost so close to me, almost as close as my mother, because she lived only 1 block away. We were very, very close. And she was the woman who pretty much was like a mother figure to me, and she was the one who taught me how to do face painting and pretty much changed my whole life, because if I would never met her, I wouldn't be where I am for sure. So I owe her pretty much for all this. And in 2010, in March of 2010, she was in a hospital. That was her last visit to the hospital. That was the longest she've ever been to a hospital. And at that point, I think we all knew that that was her last days in a hospital, because she was already in hospice care. She didn't talk, she didn't move, and it's one of those moments when you know that you're gonna get an angel. And I will never forget the day when she was already hooked up to the machine, and pretty much the doctors already told all of us, all the friends who were there to support her, that she's passing and it's time to hook her off the machine. And I was sitting in a room. It was a Coney Island hospital in Brooklyn. And they shut the machine off, and you see a classical straight line when the heart stops, and she has passed. I couldn't be in that room anymore, and so I just left. I couldn't be there anymore. I started crying. I was a mess. And I went to my house. I lived back then 5 minutes away. And I'm sitting home, no TV, no music. I had my dog next to me. I just sat on a couch and I was just staring at the window. And I couldn't move. I couldn't think of anything else but her. And I felt like my mission is not completed yet. I felt there is something I need to do, because I cannot let her go, because I knew how close she was with me. So I called the hospital and I told them, please do not take her yet. Wait for me to come back and then you're gonna take her. So I get to the hospital, thank God she was still there. Before they took her, I took out my face painting kit. And as she gave me my first face painting, I gave her her last. And I painted her face and I covered her in glitter, and they took her away. And after I did that, I felt so enlightened and I felt so free, and I felt like I finally could let her go. So that was my most profound experience as a face painter. And I'll tell you one thing, she was the most still model I've ever had my whole entire life. And that's my story.